Welcome to the Comics Experiment, the show right here at the Comicstorian channel where I sit down with Andy and Dan and we come, I pointed at myself, you're Andy, you're Dan, and we talk about things involving comic books, from movies to video games to philosophies to just goofy lists. That's why it's an experiment, because it's an experiment if we're even going to get the show off the ground.
Like Hyperion here.
Yeah, Andy's already distracted. I should not have put Hyperion in the middle of the table.
I'm pretty much Superman.
He had a great solo series.
This show airs every Thursday at twitch.tv/Comicstorian during the Comicstorian podcast channel, where we do every Tuesday and Thursday various shows. This show airs live right there. Then it's uploaded to all the podcast and network kind of stuff like Spotify and Apple iTunes and SoundCloud. Then it eventually makes its way over to YouTube, where you are probably watching this if you didn't catch it live. It's also brought to you by our sponsors. First up is
G Fuel. Use code COMICS at checkout to save 10% off your order. Our Patreons at patreon.com/Comicstorian, where $2 gives you early access to a bunch of great content.
Right.
Why can you
Hyperion's
distract him,
there.
but I can dance over
Well,
there?
because it's Hyperion. He's so powerful. He distracted me.
He's like,
Just
I only get more powerful.
our Twitch subscribers over at twitch.tv/Comicstorian, where you can support us there as well, where we do record this live every Thursday, like he said. And if you follow us over there, Benny also does some of our other podcasts on various other days, and you want to follow so you can make sure to get those notifications when they do go live with that. And we are also supported by our YouTube members with a YouTube membership.
I also want to let you know, Dan, today I'm drinking rare G Fuel that you can't buy. I do recommend Shiny Splash, but this is Wampa fruit. And I tried to buy more, and they don't make it anymore.
How many?
So buy
this
all
is-
your favorite flavors before they go out of stock.
So this is
as
like
well.
Crystal Pepsi, man. It's gone.
Crystal Pepsi sucked.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
It was clear Pepsi.
It
What was wrong with it?
It tasted awful.
Well, I mean, you can't make that kind of product clear without making it taste awful.
Sure. I guess science backs.
It's supposed to look like sludge. If you make it look like water, then it's just going to taste weird.
Okay. Why are we talking about this?
Because it's an experiment if we're even going to get to the topic, of which today involves Venom and Spider-Man and why Andy is best friends with Tom Holland. Tell the story, Andy.
Yes, tell us. Please tell us how you're in the same raid group as him on Final Fantasy 14.
That's what it is. We met on Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, that's a story. We met on Final Fantasy something. or
Right, you
other.
and your buddy Tom Holland.
Yeah, and now we hang out all the time.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, I believe it. I don't know why I didn't meet him, but I
don't
mean,
know.
yeah.
Because
Every
why would
week-
I invite him over here?
That's true. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, we'll just drool on him probably.
That's weird.
Like xenomorphs.
what?
Hey, Tom, coming over. I want to drool on you. What the hell?
What?
The real question is, why is his name Tom Holland if he's from England? Anyway, so moving on.
Johnny
Into Venom.
English was already taken.
All right. So anyway, the topic today is how could they bring Spider-Man into Venom, Let There Be Carnage, or into the third one, and how could this incorporate into the Sony Spider-Verse, quite obviously going to happen, worst kept secret in Hollywood situation. Now, before we get into this, I am going to quickly state, because you're all, I can already see the nerds going like, yeah, they said officially.
The best part is there's going to be a couple comments of people going, wait, they said edit. Oh, I watched 2 minutes more and I saw what you said.
So, yes, we are fully aware. As of right now, Far From Home, that's the new one, right? Far From Home?
No. That was the last one.
No Way Home.
No way home.
No Way Home.
Yeah.
No Way Home has stated, and I'm air quoting, there's no multiverse, no Andrew Garfield, no Tobey Maguire, but somehow, unofficially, officially, Jamie Foxx and the guy that played Doc Ock and everyone else is going to be on this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we also know that it is officially stated from the director that as far as he's aware, Venom 2 is not going to connect to anything else in the Sony Spider-Man universe, and his intention is to make a 3-movie trilogy that is solo standalone involving Venom. So before you all go crazy in the comments, we are fully aware of what is stated as of May 27th, Thursday at 1 p.m.
2021.
Mountain Time.
Mountain Time. I'm putting all that out there because watch like Thursday, 6 p.m.
As it turns out, 20 minutes into our show, they dropped some hot topics on the news.
But we can all agree that Tom Holland is not in Venom 2 because if he was, he would have already told us.
Yes.
Because it's what Tom Holland does.
He would have taken a photo on the set with Tom Hardy.
He would have been like,
Yes.
oh, yeah, I just got this new script. And it says right at the top, Venom, there will be carnage. And then he had to delete the tweet, but everybody is already like screenshotting it and stuff.
Or he would have like taken a photo at the craft services table, and behind him was Tom Hardy like getting chicken.
Yeah, that would be pretty funny, actually.
That would be good.
It's just Tom Hardy getting food.
It's just Tom Hardy is in the background of all of his pictures for some reason. That's weird, Tom.
I'm pretty sure that
Toms are there? A lot of Toms.
A lot of times.
well, it's kind of like the Chris syndrome.
That is true. There's a lot of Chris's. Yeah, that's good.
It's almost like a requirement. We want you to be one of our leading men in our superhero franchise. What's your first name? Andy? Nah, it's not going to work.
Paul Rudd. Will you legally change your name to Chris Rudd?
We just want to have all the Chris's.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, for the sake of having a fun episode, we're going to discuss if none of these announcements and theories and leaks have happened, and if that hasn't happened, Andy, how will Tom Holland get into Venom if we already know it's a fight between Carnage?
How will he get into Venom?
Yeah.
He'll probably swing. Straight.
No, he's not allowed to swing. Remember
not
the
gonna-
rules of this Spider-Man?
He's not going to take. Wait, what?
Anything that's already been done, they tried to not do with Tom Holland.
right,
Yeah.
right,
So,
Okay,
which
he
involves
takes a taxi. I don't know.
He gets a picture. He gets out of a taxi,
Just a
full
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Hey,
car.
man, what's up?
But
The
to make
studio
it-
said I'm not allowed to swing through the city ever, so I had to take a taxi.
Well, I mean, realistically, you could just say
Realistically, it would be an Uber.
like,
Okay?
or
Lyft.
Lyft. Yeah.
One or the other.
I mean, realistically, you could just have Tom Holland in the universe. They've never stated there's no Spider-Man in the Venom universe in the context of the movie. I mean, like they never said one way or the other. Like, hey, what about that guy that swings around in New York City? They didn't say anything. Eddie has, like in the first movie, I believe, says like a throwaway line of like, the reason I came out to L.A. is because of what happened in New York. But he's also, if you go with the old school comics of Eddie and Peter, Peter's way too young to have like this weird history with Eddie Brock in this universe.
Well, yeah, because if it's Tom
Yeah.
Holland, he's still
Yeah.
supposed to be in high school, right?
But yeah, exactly. But I mean, he could just be, you know, Eddie had some issues in New York or whatever and had to leave. You know, you could just as easily like throw Jameson in there if they had J.K. Simmons. Like,
He just shows up
He's
again.
Yeah,
such
like-
a fantastic actor.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you just had J.K. Simmons show up sort of like he did at the end of Far From Home, that right there would lead the two universes together, and you'd be like, oh yeah, well there's like this gooey spider guy over in L.A. and Spider-Man's like, well, maybe
Candle wax
maybe
gooey?
I should check that out or not, you know, something like that. I mean, you could very easily just mash them together.
Yeah.
Let me put that in my spider calendar. Check out gooey black
Go
guy
to
in LA.
Or I think it's San Francisco is actually where he is.
In not New York.
I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, not New York.
Yeah.
West Coast. Just say West Coast.
Just West Coast.
And then the third movie, you just had him fight.
Yeah.
Even though the two tones are wildly different. Like,
How would they even do it? Like, would Venom come to Spider-Man's goofier tone, or Spider-Man go get serious in the Venom
I
movie?
feel like it would have to, because whenever Venom showed up in the comics, Spider-Man got more serious. So I think that's how it would go.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine.
Well, even in Absolute Carnage, all the jokes are out the window, and he's like, "I'm taking care of Dylan."
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like I feel like that's how it would have to be. But realistically, Tom Holland versus Tom Hardy's Venom, I feel like Tom Hardy's Venom would just kick the crap out of him.
Just throw him into the-
He would, but then I feel like Tom Holland's suit would be like, oh my gosh, it's this anti-symbiote thing that Tony Stark somehow knew I would need,
Yeah,
even though he had
totally.
no idea these existed.
Sonic vibranium.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, you could very easily, like in the third movie, combine the two. I don't think it'd actually be hard at all. It wouldn't
No.
even that be like a stretch.
Well, especially with the new No Way Home storyline, you could easily just have. You could do it like they did with the CW universe, and I know Andy's just gonna be like, well, here we go.
Go ahead, Ben. Tell me about how MCU should do CW stuff.
So what they did is during Crisis on Infinite Earths, Barry ran through and they just showed scenes that linked to existing movie franchises and stuff
Right,
like that
yeah.
to show that it is a multiverse. Then Ezra Miller showed up, cracked out of his mind on cocaine.
Right. He was just, that's how he was on set, and they filmed him.
He actually wasn't
Turns out
talking.
he
to
was
Grant
talking
Gustin.
to himself in a mirror, and they were like,
Get this.
we
it'll be
could
great.
use this somewhere.
Why is he in the suit?
Seriously. He just thinks he's the Flash now.
It's like John Cena with the Peacemaker
Yeah.
outfit.
Pretty sure that's just him.
It is. He is Peacemaker.
No. The difference is his shirts kind of fit. Peacemakers don't fit.
It's because he does all his
But in
shopping
the
at
good
Baby Cat. Need some new T-shirts. I gotta get some extra small.
What I love about the Peacemaker outfit is just like the sleeves.
Yeah.
It's like
Yes.
this.
That's just because it's John Cena.
But it's obvious you did not get your arm through that sleeve of that shirt.
Talcum pattern.
It's probably pinned behind your back to get.
The real reason he's always wearing it is they couldn't get it off.
You're just gonna be stuck in that for the next 3 months.
It's actually body paint. It's the best way we can make that look that tight.
All right, so you think that Tom Holland
yes.
should jump through the multiverse?
Well, I'm saying is,
and just see like, oh, who's that gooey guy? And then he swings into the next.
Is he gonna just call him gooey guy?
Well, yeah, but he doesn't. He wouldn't immediately go, "Who is that Venom?" Like he doesn't know what he's called.
He would.
No, but what I'm
he
saying
would be
is-
like that. That looks like poisonous, like some kind of venom.
Oh, it's a pretty good name.
He's gonna start naming things like out of the CW shows. Anyway,
God.
no, what I'm saying is because he's obviously gonna fall through the multiverse at some point. There's no way we're gonna have a story that involves Andrew Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
It doesn't officially involve them.
Let's pretend it does for the sake of discussion today.
Okay. It does, however, involve Jamie Foxx and the other guy.
Like those two
Molina
have
or
been
whatever his name is.
confirmed.
Yeah.
As their same characters.
And the same characters. That's the best part. Yeah.
So let's pretend for a moment that it is all confirmed.
Okay.
He's at least going to see into the multiverse at one point.
Sure.
You just have to have like in the background, like a Venom scene.
Right.
With,
Right.
You know what I
what
mean?
is it? The
you're
Web of Life?
Well, because you're obviously going to,
Eternity
like
Web?
he's looking into the web of life.
Yeah.
Because he's obviously going to have a scene where we're going to probably see Tobey Maguire do the train. Guarantee we're going to see the train sequence. If he sees anything involving the other Spider-Man, that's the scene they always show when they want to imply Tobey Maguire.
Where he's making that face.
Yeah.
Yep, that one.
Yeah.
And you're probably. Did Andrew Garfield have any like iconic scene? That I
Gwen
remember?
Stacy dying.
Did you just break the
No,
chair?
the pin came out, so it just slipped all the way back. That's why I just slipped it back in.
Okay.
Gwen Stacy dying.
Okay, so he's gonna see Gwen Stacy dying.
Just, who's that blonde chick? Whack!
Oh God. I'm gonna look over there now.
I'm gonna keep going.
Do they not know what lights are?
And then he goes into the next scene. It's just Doctor Strange waving.
It's like, oh.
But as I'm
They're
saying, like,
both traveling.
we're probably going to see both of those. I wouldn't even put it past Sony that one of the things he sees is the animation from Spider-Verse into the Spider.
Oh, yeah.
Sees like Miles swing by and he's like, "Is that a cartoon me?" Like that.
Why is there a pig?
Yeah.
So it would be very easy during all of these scenes that we're going to see in the multiverse, which is going to involve so not Andrew Garfield and not Tobey Maguire and not Doctor Strange and not Jamie Foxx. We see just a Venom scene. And that would very easily state like Venom exists, alternate universe. Maybe we'll meet one day. Maybe we won't. We're not even going to touch on it. Isn't that fun? They'll also probably show the guy that's apparently going to play Kraven from what's it called? Kick-Ass, the actor.
Yes.
Aaron something.
Taylor Johnson?
They announced today he's playing Kraven.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And the new Kraven.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Craven.
Why are we watching a Craven movie?
It's going to be a hunter who can't hunt Spider-Man, which is like...
This is going to be leading. This is going to show how he hunts so that he can then hunt the ultimate prey.
Sidebar,
the
since we're
Spider-Man.
talking Spider-Man, Venom, and things like that, and Kraven did just get announced.
Yes.
One thing I don't understand about all of these spin-off movies they've announced, because we've heard Silk, we've heard Silver Sable, and Black Cat, and
Okay.
why don't they just take one of the other Spider people and just make it, like we've said this before, just make Miles Sony, or make Spider-Gwen Sony, and then all these characters could easily work in that. Why do they think a Kraven movie, a Silver Sable movie, and a Silk movie are going to run as solo acts and be fine?
Because everybody sees the MCU and goes, people love comic books. Which properties do we currently own? Let's make movies about them.
Oh my God, Andy! When did we become Muppets?
Have you ever heard the Sony execs with some of their decisions? It's obvious they're Muppets.
I mean, obviously.
Obviously.
It's sort of like the Times Warner people with DCEU. Obviously, they're Muppets.
They're all Muppets.
It's just Gonzo making movies at this point.
Let's get Animal in there. Ah! I know. I'm just curious why, like, because they're doing the Silk thing. Make Silk Sony's, like, she's gonna fight Kraven. She's gonna fight Silver Sable. Silk 27. No one's even watching, but Sony won't let it go. Like,
I mean, I hate to
like
say it.
They're Spider-Man movies.
I hate to say it, yeah. Them using Silk is doing exactly what you're saying.
but
Use someone
they're
from
not
the
related.
Spider-Man.
They're all doing solo movies. Like everyone saw
Right, yeah,
Joker
that's
Oh, you
succeeded.
mean like a universe where
Yeah,
they use, okay,
yeah.
I see what you're saying.
Because they're like, well,
Because they tried to do that with Andrew Garfield's one, where the second movie set up like all of these Sinister Sixes, and then they were going to do all the solo movies and then a combined movie, and it's like they're putting the shared universe before the decent movie.
right. But what I'm
And that's
saying,
You know what?
that's the
Actually,
problem everybody
you know what I
runs
it's like
bet
they're
they're
doing Kraven
doing?
because of Joker and stuff like that,
Yeah.
obviously. So why aren't they just like, hey, we have the Spider family that we kept from Marvel. You know what? You keep Peter Parker.
I want them to do a Kraven movie just like the Joker. Just a super depressed guy who the only joy he gets out of life is hunting exotic animals. And then at the very end, he hears about this teenager in a spider suit. And it's the only way he can get joy is to go hunt him down
I'm just
and kill
saying,
him.
Miles is their animated guy now, right?
Right, yes.
Tom Holland is Spider-Man in the MCU, and he's not allowed to. They're not allowed to make another Spider-Man.
Right.
Why don't they have the Spider cast? Just do one of them.
My guess is they're going to do all these separate movies, and then they're going to go, which made more? All right, universe based around that person.
Kraven is the hero because
They should
Yes.
do a Spider-Gwen movie.
yeah.
I would be down for that.
Yeah.
Because then you could also just explore and use all existing properties, but explore her universe.
Right, the
Literally
alternate-
do whatever you,
You could
want.
do the alternate universe with Spider-Gwen.
and you
Yeah.
get to have
And
all
make fun of the
Actually,
MCU while you're doing it.
The best part is they could easily do that, place it before Spider-Verse, and end it with her going through the portal into Spider-Verse.
And you could, and
Then you
Tom
can
Hardy
utilize
could
all
be
of it.
in that universe, and you could easily just do, like, just make like because you would get all the Spider people names to put in your movie to sell the movie.
Right.
Why, Sony, hire us? You're broke anyway. We all heard about it.
You damn Muppets.
Damn Muppet.
That's going to be my new insult for people. You damn Muppet.
Anyway, back to our topic about Tom Holland joining Venom.
Yes.
Yes.
I liked the idea that basically maximum carnage happens,
Right.
and Tom Holland hears about it at the end. So he wants to go.
Well, and that's
check
what I'm
out
saying. In
what
the third
happened.
movie, you could easily combine them.
Yeah.
Because there's never made any mention of like how they don't exist in each other's world.
Imagine if
If that makes any sense.
I think the
right?
best
Yeah.
thing that they could do and keep quiet. What if they brought in Doppelganger? So for those who don't know, Doppelganger is an evil demon-looking Spider-Man
Yeah.
with multiple arms.
Why would they do that?
To imply Spider-Man exists without implying Spider-Man exists? It's just a guy in a Spider-Man outfit.
No,
I
they
feel
grab
like-
one of the clones and they go, who did they clone that spider person from?
I feel like that's like a really convoluted way to say that.
Just bring him in. Don't even mention it. Doppelganger
That's
is
what it
just
doesn't
there.
make any sense.
It doesn't need to.
Your
He's
average
just there.
moviegoer would go,
Is that Spider-Man?
why has he got 6 arms and look like a demon? I don't understand.
Why is Spiders Man in here?
That's what you should
That's
do.
what they should do.
Venom starts running through the multiverse. You get into the Venomverse.
I mean, that's a comic. That is.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
And then they bring in the Poisons, which
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought was the weirdest name ever for an interdimensional
We're not
being
gonna-
race that was
no.
taking over people's bodies, but whatever.
We'll just ignore that.
I liked Venomverse. As
I
Venom.
liked the small
Venomverse.
bits where, like, we got X-23 as a Venom.
That is
was
cool.
fun.
Wolverine is a Venom. But
Everybody's a
That's
Venom.
happened like dozens of times.
Venom is the Marvel Universe's bicycle. Everybody's had a ride.
The worst, you know what the worst part about everyone being like, what if this guy got Venom? There's a video game called I think it's Web of the Shadows or whatever.
Web of Shadows, Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
Yeah,
Where
and-
basically symbiotes take over New York.
And they take over every established Marvel superhero.
Pretty much, yeah.
Like you have
The best part of that is at one point Mary Jane is running around with Luke Cage and she has a shotgun.
Yeah. He's not even like
Love it.
The
He's
game
like,
came
Luke,
out.
Love it.
He's like, protect Mary Jane. She's like, I got it.
The game was so weird, and you could tell that at that point Disney had no control over it, and somebody at Marvel was like, Spider-Man and Venom make a game, and then the creator, like whoever developed that game, was just
I
like,
enjoyed that game, actually.
It was a lot of fun.
I ran around as the symbiote Spider-Man the whole time. Everybody ran in fear. Because I was like the evil one.
Right.
But that's the
Love
one
it.
I was the whole time. Everybody ran from me.
I want to play that game again. Why don't they remaster the games that were good, even though you don't want Mary Jane to run around with a shotgun?
I don't. Disney doesn't make the Spider-Man video games. I don't know why you keep talking to Disney
I
on
was
there.
going to say, I don't think they have anything to do with the
Mickey,
video games.
hey, you Muppet. What's up? I mean, they own the Muppet, so it's okay for me to say that.
Yeah, no, that's totally fair. Oh, God,
Disney
the mouse!
controls
I was
everything
gonna
in my
say,
book.
there's Sony.
Do you not realize that Mickey is our ultimate ruler? Like, everyone freaked out about Trump and that we got Biden, and no, Mickey is the ruler of the entire United States. What do you?
Good point.
Have you
He's
not?
the ruler of the Illuminati,
Yeah.
which is the ruler of the world.
What you don't know is it's actually like the Disney universe. They have like moon bases and stuff on Mars. It's just Disney run. It's the empire at this
Everyone's
point.
all afraid of Republicans and Democrats. I'm scared of Disney.
It's true.
It's actually, if you look at the dark side of the moon, there's just two big ears.
I'm just
what you don't
waiting
see.
for a new law to pass where everyone has to wear that Disney band you get at the theme parks.
Oh.
And it's where they track you and everything you do.
Yeah.
And don't worry, it's for your convenience. All the money is stored on there.
I'd go to the store, but I didn't get the fast pass. I'm gonna wait in line forever.
You're at the coffee shop. All right, I'm going to get my cup. Fast pass.
Damn it, the fast pass. Oh, these guys are only single riders. Damn it. That always pissed me off. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, Spider-Man.
All right, let me put my
you haven't
idea.
said yours.
I haven't
Yeah.
gotten
The
to
chat
give
here has
mine.
dubbed it Future State Disney.
Oh,
I
God.
would read that book.
Okay.
Conquer the world.
So this is my way of bringing Spider-Man into the Venomverse and vice versa. In the Venom versus Carnage, Carnage at some point splits off into like multiple Carnage symbiotes. They control other people. They're all murderous like Carnage.
Did they become Riot and Scream and
Technically,
Phage?
they didn't break off from Carnage.
Yeah.
They broke off from
They're
Venom.
Venom's children.
Bitch.
Is anyone
I'm
remember
more of a-
Phage?
I'm
Phage
more-
is the thing.
We're not talking about that. No, I'm talking more think Carnage USA, where he takes over
yeah,
the
yeah.
town and everything becomes
Where all five of
Carnage
those became a
symbiotes.
dog?
Exactly.
And then Agent Venom shows up.
Exactly. But so essentially, it's going to do that. Venom has to do the standard. He has to stop it.
Sure.
And then later, towards the end of the movie or in the after credits scene, there is a scene or a mention of a red spider swinging thing in New York. He thinks it's a Carnage symbiote, so he goes to New York to stop it. You get the classic, they fight against each other, and then part of Venom goes on to Spider-Man. We get symbiote Spider-Man.
It's
They
a whole
team
thing.
up, and then they go against all the Venom children that come out of that. And we get
I do want to
Phage.
see the MCU version of the
Symbiote Spider-Man. Yeah. That's
I think
actually,
it'd be cool.
I really
I think
want
we all
that as
do.
well.
Yeah.
But it'd probably just be jokey.
But I think that
We've
would
never
be,
had a true. I mean, yes, we had that weird one in Spider-Man 3, but we kind of
we don't talk about that.
best version.
Topher Grace. All right.
All right.
Anyway.
No, what I'm saying is we've never seen a symbiote Spider-Man in film because every time they hype up to it,
They don't get to it.
Yeah, they
Or
never get to it.
Or they
Yeah.
do Spider-Man 3.
with Topher Grace, and
Yeah.
it's like, look at him dance.
Not enough Venom's dance.
But I think if they were to combine them, the best way to do it would be have Venom think that Spider-Man is Carnage or a Carnage adjacent being. Because otherwise, if Venom saw, based on the way that this Venom is, the fact that he is more heroic, if he saw that there was a superhero in New York, he'd probably be like, oh, okay. But I'm going to try and say this. I'm going to hope that this is what he's going to say so I can steal it. He also hears about Daredevil, another red-based person.
Nope. I was patiently waiting.
All right.
He
I
sees.
don't know how patient
I'm not
you were.
sure
You were
if
like this.
That's not patient, but okay. Yeah. It was aggressively patient.
Doppelganger shows up and let there be
Lord.
carnage. He sees that outfit. Venom hunts the other guy that he thinks is Doppelganger.
Why do you want to bring back all the crap from the 90s?
And Shriek is there.
Why haven't the MCU done the Clone Saga
Now we
yet?
get Scream as well.
But your idea would work because he fights the Doppelganger first.
I think instead of Doppelganger, they should use Scarlet Spider. Because Kane is way better.
So we just do a Clone Saga without Tom Holland?
Bingo. They do the
Bingo
clone
bango.
saga, and they're like, wait. Who were you cloned from?
They find an actor that looks sort of like Tom Holland, but just not like 95%.
So kind of like the remastered version of the PS4
Yeah,
Spider-Man,
exactly.
where
It
it's
doesn't
like
look quite-
clearly you wanted it to be Tom
Okay.
Holland, but not Tom Holland.
Based on the fact that Tom Holland spoils everything.
yes,
Can we just agree that most likely if they ever do an MCU clone saga, Tom
we'll know
Holland,
about it years in advance.
Well, Tom Holland will spoil it by doing some goofy bit with himself
Probably.
and joking about a clone.
yeah, probably.
Either that, or you would get a notice from Tom Holland where he is completely surprised as well that they waited to film all of the Tom Holland as a symbiote scenes at the end of the movie when everyone knew.
No, what they do is they just film him normal, and then they just digitally make it the symbiote suit afterwards, so he doesn't know.
That they make him think that it's
Yeah,
something
it's
completely
just-
different. That'd be
He
fantastic.
thinks that he's been filming No Way Home.
something
Yeah.
Man,
like
these
that.
scenes don't seem to link up to the
It's
other
just
ones.
like, I'm getting the daily scripts and stuff, and it just doesn't seem to make any sense to
Don't
me.
worry, it's the Snyder Cut. It's the Snyder Cut version.
Are we gonna have like a dark ending with a weird Joker guy talking about being in a relationship with me, or no? Okay.
That would have been awesome. Joker shows up.
Uh,
But it's Joaquin Phoenix.
but dressed as the Green Goblin.
Yeah. Oh.
He would make a good Green Goblin.
actually would.
But could you? He's on a train.
I couldn't see
I
it.
just
honestly.
have to laugh.
Joaquin Phoenix. I couldn't see him as Green
I
Goblin.
could totally see him as that. Could you see him as Joker before Joker?
Yes, I could have seen that. Honestly,
All right, then. I have nothing to say to that.
It's like, my argument has been.
has become invalid.
Yes, I have nothing.
I thought he was gonna say no.
Could you see Ben Affleck as Batman before?
Yes, I could actually.
I was rewatching Dark Knight like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Christian Bale's outfit, I don't like that Batman outfit. The way that the cowl, like
Oh yeah, the Dark Knight
It
one
was,
I
like,
didn't like.
overly
Batman
big.
Begins, it looks, or not. I'm thinking Batman Begins doesn't look right. The Dark Knight and the Dark Knight Rises, I think, is a better bat suit than the original.
Yeah.
Batman Begins, because the Batman Begins one is the one where he can't turn his neck, so he's got to do this a lot.
yeah. But the one that they
I get
used in
you.
Dark Knight, I was just like,
Hold on.
It just made me realize like how good, like you could. There's a debate over Christian Bale versus Ben Affleck easily, especially since we didn't get a Ben Affleck Batman movie.
Hot take, I didn't like Christian Bale as Batman. I thought his Bruce Wayne was good.
Yes, I agree.
That I
His
feel like
Batman, I didn't
every
think was
single Batman actor either is a good Bruce Wayne or is a good Batman.
Yeah.
I don't know any that kind of fit both.
I think
very
Ben
well.
Affleck did
Ben
a good job.
Affleck,
I think
I
he
think
would
was
have. I think he
closest,
could have.
yeah.
We didn't really get to see him just be Batman.
Yeah,
He was always
his version of
reacting.
Batman, I think, was very good.
I thought the suit looked
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
It actually looked like he was a Batman to me. Like I was watching Dark Knight again, and I'm like, the movie's great, Joker's great. Christian Bale does a pretty good job as Batman, but excellent Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
I really don't like. Well, now that I've seen Ben Affleck's Batman and Val Kilmer's Batman, I just think Christian Bale
Well, sure, obviously.
pales in comparison.
Everybody knows George Clooney's the best Batman.
I was gonna say
And there is
you're forgetting the best.
Freeze, but Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You're missing the bat nipples here. We can't
I
forget.
don't know.
about
It's
those.
just watching it again. I was like, the suit. I never liked the helmet. I always thought it looked weird. Because he tried to make it look too realistic. Well, I feel like Ben Affleck was like, just give me a skin tight suit and I'll just get jacked.
I'm pretty sure there was some fake muscles in
Nope,
that
that was Ben Affleck all the
100%
way.
Affleck. he's in the bat suit doing
You
the
can
push-ups.
tell because
know
at the
that-
end of the Snyder Cut, when Martian Manhunter showed up, he got a lot thinner for that second take.
It's actually
He did,
true.
yeah.
It's actually
been a
like
rough
that commercial with Jason Momoa when he gets
Yeah,
home and
yeah.
he takes off his muscles and he's just this.
So here's what we need. The next Batman movie. I know we're completely off topic here.
Have Tom Holland in it
Have Tom Holland in it.
as Spider-Man.
As Robin.
And he thinks
Oh.
Batman is
Christian Bale is Bruce Wayne, and when he changes, he becomes Ben Affleck in the suit. But when Ben Affleck talks, it's Kevin Conroy.
I watch that movie.
I have the ultimate Batman
I could
movie.
see Tom Holland as Batman Beyond. I could see him as Terry McGinnis.
Ooh, I could, I can see that.
or Nightwing.
I don't
I
know
would
if
see him more as a Tim Drake than a Nightwing.
Yeah, I would see him more as a Tim Drake
Okay,
than a
fine.
Nightwing.
He's a Robin.
Yeah, but I could see him as a Terry McGinnis, considering that was just.
And
Spider-Man.
then we bring back Tom Hardy as Bane, and Bane versus Tom Holland as Robin.
I would watch that movie. I would watch that movie.
And at one point, someone will make a joke of like, "Thwip!" Oh, what was I even thinking?
Why are you saying thwip when you use your grappling hook, Robin? I don't know. It sounded right. It just fit me. I don't know.
And now I have created Spider-Man versus Venom legally.
I have created Into the Batverse.
AKA Dark Knight Spell.
See, you all thought I was off topic. But I brought it back.
No, you weren't.
No.
I brought it back.
You swapped universes. That's not,
That's not bringing it back at all.
Oh my gosh. Now, it would be funny if when he goes through the Spider-Verse, they do have like Batfleck on one of the things. And
That
they
would
just
be
don't
funny, yeah.
reference it at all.
Ever.
They just have George Clooney, just generically. And they're like, you can put that one together yourself.
It's just George Clooney.
Just George Clooney. It's Ocean's 11 George
And
Clooney.
it's just like George Clooney standing there in like a sweatshirt and gym shorts. What?
It's the old Japanese Spider-Man from the 60s. The emissary of death.
That'd be awesome.
He's just in the multiverse.
And then you just see like the Megazord thing he has, whatever it's Leopardon shows
Yeah,
up.
something like that.
I would watch that.
All right, I think we've come to the inevitable conclusion of today's episode. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. This has been the Comics Experiment, which is brought to you by
G Fuel
Hyperion. Oh.
and Hyperion. I'm sure he drinks G Fuel and saves
Gives him
money.
his powers.
Saves 10% with code COMICS at checkout. We are also supported by our Patreons, patreon.com/comicstorian. Get early access content, help decide what goes on the channel. Our YouTube memberships at youtube.com/comicstorian. And our Twitch subscribers at twitch.tv/comicstorian, where we record this live every Thursday at roughly 3 p.m. Eastern.
Thank you guys, and let us know in the comments down below or live on Twitch right now. How would you bring Tom Holland into the Venom universe? Would you turn Tom Holland into Robin and make him fight Bane? Because that's what I did. I want to be right.
Hi, guys. I hope you're not. Sounds like a terrible movie.